And so if we can just reach back and say, hey, man, I know what you're dealing with, been there, done that. We don't want to admit that we done some wrong. Because, see, now we so heavily bound, we ain't no earthly good. You feel me?
There you go. And then, like you said, too, and then that fear. You know, a lot of us fear to even talk to them. Like you say, you talk to them all the time. Some of us scared. We lock our doors. We used to say how a lot of older white women, like a lot of older white women used to put their purse on the other arm. Remember people used to say that when they see a black?
Sir.
Well, some of us do that. We lock our doors. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of young brothers, they on uppers, downers, they on all types of drugs factor in, too.
There's some cats that will steal.
Exactly. So we know, but at the same time, hey man, these still our kids, these still our youth, these children, and they will listen to us. You remember that movie? And I like that. Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
When that guy Trey Daddy was talking to them youngsters.
Furious.
Yeah. There was gangbangers. There was all types. Hey, they was listening to what that man was saying.
Yes.
You know, they was listening to what he was saying because they respected him. See, if they respect you, Shelby, just like they have to respect me as well, but I got to show that same respect too.
Yeah.
Because it's a two-way street. A lot of us think we older. Hey, man, I'm just going to tell you something. You need to listen to me. I'm an OG. And there you go, man. That's a problem because the youngsters, they trying to make their mark.
I go to the hood, it's number love every time because, again,
I
treat people on the level that they treat me. If you cool, I'm cool with everybody. If you ain't cool with me, you just don't like people because I'm cool. I'm cool with you. I ain't got no beef with you. I don't know people enough to have no beef with them. You feel me?
There you go.
So I'm cool. I'm smiling. I'm getting it in. You know, they call me friendly growing up because I'm grinning because I'm cool because I have no reason not to be. I got another God-given day. I'm not going to spend it being angry or aggravated or upset. And especially if I see another brother or sister out here, I want to talk to you. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? If nothing more, give you a smile and give you a hello. Hello doesn't mean anything but that. Hello.
Right.
How are you? You know, and again, we have to see one another. And I said this before and I say it again. Until we see the value in one another, we will continue to devalue one another. We have to see each other, the purpose in each other, the value in one another, that something you know I can use, something I know you can use. But I'm not everything you know I'm going to use, not everything I know you're going to use. But we can pick and choose like a buffet to make us a better individual and make our community better and not just say, hey, that child bad, that don't make no sense. You know, hey, let's find out what's going on. Hey, what's happening? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you upset? Anything you need? You know, we don't take that time because we so busy doing our own thing. We don't have time to look out for the next person. You know, I had a conversation with a youngster about that last night. He was like, man, I feel what you're saying about helping the community and this, that, and the third, but I'm trying to figure mine out. I'm young. I'm trying to figure my own out. And I can't worry about the next person. I say, well, brother, right there, that's the mentality that a lot of us have. And unfortunately, that's why the results are the way they are, because we don't think it's our responsibility.
Right.
To look out for the next person.
But just like you said, and that comes from this stuff being drilled in us, you know, get yours by any means necessary. Don't worry about the next person. And a lot of that, and like once I'm noticing too, when I went to speak to this juvenile, bro, a lot of them was trying to tell me about their parents and stuff like that. See, and then in my mind, I think that, I talk to you, but I also want to talk to the parents too. They come as well, because a lot of times it's the parents who have did these things to instill these things into their children, to think like this as well, bro.
Exactly,
so,
man. The parents
it's right. So if we start talking to our children, the youth, we trying to catch them, but some of us who have little small children, like I got a daughter that's 8, and I drill these things into her right now, then she might stray. Hopefully she don't. That's our prayer. We don't know how exactly it's going to turn out, but that's what we're looking for. When we drill it in them now, so they will grow up with this mentality, because eventually we're going to have to pull the youth in order to get the other youth, because they look at us as getting older. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to pull one of those younger brothers and one of those younger sisters to relate to their age group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and we can help get them wisdom as well.
You're right, man. You're right. But that's why, like I said, though, man, as we talk to the youth and stuff like that, we're going to report back conversations here on the show, hey, I talked to XYZ the other day, and I had a conversation with him about blah, blah, and he was saying, well, he would like to see this, or he was thinking that a lot of, so because, again, and then as I have conversation with them, I'm going to encourage them, listen to the show. You'll hear me speak about what you talked to me about on the show. Hey, I'm gonna write your name down and everything, and that way they can feel a personal connection to this because they have people that they know that are possibly listening and hear. Hey, I didn't know he was thinking that. Well, you know what? That does sound like a good idea. So it's all about, again, networking and using the platform for positive to try to bring something out of here. Again, I don't know how far it's gonna go. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but I do know that you have to start somewhere. And it starts with the conversation, and then we take that conversation into real life action. And then when you have like events and things of that nature, you have those people coming and saying, hey man, I appreciate that conversation. And then now you can enjoy the fruits of our labor, have a nice barbecue, fish fry, fun, just something to celebrate. Hey, this is just a good time, people coming together. Hey, we got donations coming in. We got people that say, let's just have a just kick it day. It doesn't mean nothing. It's not a holiday. Exactly. It's not nothing. Just a, hey, love yourself day.
Exactly. We ain't got to wait to Juneteenth or, these other holidays. You know what I mean? So they kind of was doing something like that in Crockett. They got the little hood holiday, and they doing them different places. So these young brothers are trying to, but also we want to put some fat on their head too. You know what I mean? As well, we want to talk about some knowledge too, because we are partying people. We've been partying all our life. You know what I mean?
To party.
We party. We love to party. Yeah. So who's not gonna come get no free drinks and some free hot dogs or whatever? But we also need to temper that with talking about have a community discussion. We can have our own needs. What y'all think? And give them input, because people, again, like that, it goes back to that value you were saying. If they feel like they value, they have a voice, then they will be more amped to give, to help support something positive. But if they feel like they ain't got no voice, hey man, nobody don't care about me, so I don't care about the next man.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of these kids, bro.
Working on some things.
Yeah. And you're right. A lot of these kids, I ended up getting in trouble too. Now, I like what you were talking about, the little festivity, like the basketball and stuff. Because I remember we used to have this little summer program when I was young. That was crazy. I don't know if you remember that, but they used to pick us up by the WM Henry gym. And take us on the bus, bro. Take us to the pool. The pool was big back then.
Yeah,
we was growing up.
Pool.
And we had our little sandwiches and stuff. And I think about that. I was like, man, I don't even know who was responsible for that.
Was Miss Walker in charge of that? Was it Miss Walker? I don't know. I know Miss Walker was involved in a lot of stuff with the community back then,
too. Man. I don't know who was responsible for that, bro.
Yeah.
But see, that ball should have kept going, like you're saying. I don't know what happened actually, so I can't say. But just think if that'd have kept on going, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Because now they don't have that in Prince Hall. They ain't got that, So these kids don't have an outlet. We living in the hood. We living around all this drama. This cussing and this fighting and this bickering all day inside the house, outside. So I escaped through some drugs, but I don't have no other outlet, because let's just keep it real. Like you said before. Right, Crockett is one of the poorest. Houston County is one of the poorest counties. You said that before. And the oldest. So we ain't got nobody talking to the youth. A lot of times, people our age are corrupting them, whether they already in the streets or they coming from prison. You know what I mean? I've seen this before, bro. That's why I was trying to pull them youngsters. You know what I mean? Because there's guys who corrupting them who our age. So, hey, man, I'm going to put this sack in their hand. I'm going to let them fall. Then you got guys our age also taking advantage of your younger, innocent sisters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, epidemic. So, man, this stuff, we got to address them too. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Well, it's a lot to do.
So it's no wonder.
And that's the beautiful thing about, though, having a platform such as this, though, because there's so much to do and there's so many things you can do with it. And again, as I'm connecting with people and stuff like that, we're definitely going to come together for an event in Crockett. I want to have like a first annual, economic summit down there in Crockett, somewhere. And the event, the place is to be determined, the location, but I'm definitely want to plan something like that. And so I want to have different speakers get on and bring their level of expertise in their field, whether it's credit, whether it's finance, whether it's real estate, whether it's motivational speaking, whether it's you got a restaurant, you know what I mean, though, whatever, because I want to just bring a teacher or whatever, and I want to be able to have that, again, in the midst of having fun and entertaining, and there's going to be, certain amount of drinks and certain amount of food for sure, but at the same time, I want to be able to just say, get them there, have you here, let's be able to just expand from this, and then now we can have the meeting of the mind. Basically, what I want is just a big round table, right? And just a collective round table. What can we do to improve the situation? We hear the complaints. We know the problems. Let's not dwell on that. What's the next step?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the next step?
Exactly.
What can we do?
What's the next step?
And what will we do? Because knowing what can you do is a totally different than what will you do.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. And I think that's great insight, man, because, and just for us thinking, going in is the right direction. You taking the you taking the time out and to even want to do this, because like you said, a lot of times, man, the people they might want to do some of this stuff too, but they don't want to be on the front street, so to speak. So
it take work, man. It take work and it take energy and effort. But one thing about that, I don't care. I mean, I want people to like it. I want people to whatever, but I don't really care about what people think as far as opinions, as far as limiting what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Because if one person listening can get some, I'm Gucci. If 1,000 listen, I'm still Gucci. So it don't matter, because this near and dear to me, because damn it, something got to be done. Something got to be said. And if y'all ain't tired of looking at this, y'all ain't tired of seeing this the way it is, So if it starts with a conversation and it sparks with something, hey, I'll take whatever criticism y'all throw at me. I'm good. Just say it with your hands in your pocket is all I'm saying.
Hey man, I'm right with you, my brother. That's how I feel. I feel the same way. I mean, because I'm not worried about what people think. I learned not to, not when I'm trying to do something good anyway. I got a tough skin for that stuff. I don't been through so much, so and it's not a pity party story, but I mean, I'm right with you, because hey man, I know and I learned a lot, while I was in prison in that situation, and for me to come home and not say anything or do anything, I feel like I'm a part of the problem and not a part of the solution, bro. So exactly. I couldn't even sleep well at night, if knowing this stuff that I know.
Yeah, man.
Bro,
I tell you, I couldn't sleep until this thing got started. I mean, I literally couldn't sleep. I was waking up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something, because like I said, we had it going on before, and then it got on hiatus, dealing with, different setbacks and whatever. And so once I just went forward. We talked about it before it even got started. I went forward with it, and everything just started going and going and going. I look up 36 shows later, man. 36 shows later. Right? And so I'm like, God is good. I'm grateful that I just started. I'm not on TV. I'm not on a syndication. I'm not all this, but God dang it, I got started. And that's good enough for me, because I'm feeling the excitement of other brothers and other people, other sisters that I'm communicating with. They're excited as well, because, oh man, that's cool. Oh man, that's a voice right there. Hey man, that's a platform, because a lot of people got a lot of stuff on their mind. And again, we're going to be able to bring that out on that level, because I'm not trying to be all this. I'm just Sheldon J. That's all I am, is Sheldon J. And I'm here by the grace of God. Not because I've been so smart, not because I've been so wise, not because I've done everything the right way. And I understand that, and I know that. So when I say straight from the streets, we catching them from the streets. We talking to them from the streets. We hitting them from the streets. And then we're going to go up from the streets.
Exactly. And like you said, man, I think the same way, bro. I'm not in it for no glory and all that, all glory to God, man. I'm just trying to, share my stories and insight, the stuff that I know, and hopefully, just spark the conversation and put it on the table. And I was telling the brother, Vincent, we was talking, about the same stuff, man, and just, sparking these conversations, man, and trying to motivate and inspire other brothers to see that greatness in themselves that we didn't see. Because a lot of times they ain't heard that. They've been beat down. Man, it's a lot of youngsters, they've been beat down, and just people in general, they've been beat down. So it's a cycle, man. But where do we break the cycle if we never had a conversation? We never put it on the table. And, hey, somebody might be inspired by what you're doing and say, hey, man,